Hello, are you there?
What's going on?
Hey, man, welcome to the Metal Mixtape, man. It's so good to have you.
Hey, thanks for having me on, man.
How are you doing tonight, dude?
Exciting stuff. Doing really good, man. Well, we're all in quarantine here, so doing as good as we all are, really.
Oh, yeah, and in California, you guys are just on a whole nother level.
Yeah, it's still pretty tight down here. My work's still shut down. We haven't practiced probably in a month now because we got shut down again. So we kind of distance ourselves a little bit more again. But we were jamming there for a little bit, then we stopped. But we're getting ready here to gear back up here, I think, because this is getting crazy, man. I tell you, I want to play live. I want to support this new album. You know what I mean? And we're over it.
Yeah, no, believe me, dude. I think everybody is, and I just hope that hopefully next year it gets better. And
Oregon.
What was that?
Well, I'm saying, how's Oregon? You guys loosening up a little bit, or what?
Let's see. I think right now we're able to have shows with at least every bar could have
really?
40 people in there. So so if the band social distance and it's 3 bands, there's 12 people, and then they would only let in 28 people after that, including the staff. So it's still pretty tight.
Yeah.
It's still pretty tight, but just it only
some music at least.
Yeah, exactly. I know. In my band, we're not playing any music till next year. As much as we'd love to, but just with everything going on, it's just we're just gonna take the advantage of just playing music. But in Oregon, we're not as quarantined as California is. It seems like every other month I just see something happening about California, and everything over there is shut down, and it's it's just I don't want to get too much into the whole quarantine thing, but it's just I just feel bad for all the workers over there that can't go back to work. I just I couldn't imagine how the small businesses are handling it.
It's basically what our album's all about, man. It's the freaking American nightmare, We're living the American dream, and then now it's just all gone to hell, Can't have any fun, can't do this, and it's all relevant, kind of theming on what we did on our album, really, So even though we're not playing live, we're excited to promote this, and we just got signed to this label, No Life No Metal, so we're really excited about that, and we're kind of promoting that, during this time too. So, we did do a live stream, but we're kind of gearing up for another one because I think everyone's kind of hungry for it.
Yeah.
And that's what everyone's doing right now. So yeah, we're gonna do that pretty soon. I think within the next month or so, at least.
So Eric, for all the listeners in Southern Oregon and all the listeners around the world, please tell us every band member, the name of every band member in your band, and kind of what music you guys play. I'm going to play some of one of your songs off American Nightmare later. But for the listeners out there that don't know Hellbender, please introduce your bandmates, and what would you say your genre is of music?
Okay, so I'm Eric Lee, of course. I play bass guitar, and I'm the backup singer or whatever to Dollar Bill, our main vocalist. And we got Clee on guitar. I've been playing with him forever, over 20 years, since the late 90s really, but I've known him since elementary school. So me and him go way back. I've known Bill a long time too, but being in the band, we got obviously a lot closer. So within the last however long we've been going now, 7 years, I want to say, something like that. 2000, 7 years, 2013, I guess. And then now we got our 5th drummer, Rob Rampey plays on the album album, but right now we got Jason Jacobs, who actually played in the Seattle area a lot over the last 25 years. He was in, I want to say, Pin Red and then Slog Molly. I guess the guy's from Tad. So
yeah,
he was doing a lot of stuff up there. But he's from the Bay Area. He grew up kind of in the East Bay, and we got to know him through a friend of ours, Billy Garut from Cultural Warfare. So he hooked us up with
That's
Jason,
awesome.
and yeah, he's a great guy, and we've been getting along great with him. And we played a few shows with him, Blind Illusion, and a couple other ones, local shows. Yeah, we didn't really venture out too much, and whatever since Christmas or whatever, because Rob Rampy, he spent the last year with us, all last year, while he was still in DRI, kind of on the side. So he did Hellbender on the side when he wasn't touring that much in 2019. So we were working with him. We have the songs for American Nightmare, but he kind of helped us, perfect it a little more and do his thing with it, and run it through the ringer, as you say. All the band process and songwriting process happens. So we spent the last year with him, and at the end of the year, he got his DRI schedule, and it was like, dude, you were gone for 9 months. So yeah, going into 2020, little did he know, this pandemic was going to happen. But yeah, so we had to kind of let him go. He was like, I can't tour because I won't be around. It's not fair to you guys. So he stepped away, honorably or whatever. And he was starting to tour a little bit. I think for one of the last bands on tour to come home during the pandemic or whatever. They were down in like South America and end of March, I want to say. But yeah, so we've been working with Jason ever since we found out that tour schedule. But so we're continuing on. Jason's our fifth drummer. We've kind of had some delays from our last album, Falling Down, which was a great album. We toured on that with Destruction, and also we played with Death Angel locally there on the Christmas show. So we're a metal band. We grew up on thrash metal. Bay Area kids. I grew up. I was playing metal in the '80s. As a teenager in a local, metal band around here in Sonoma County. So Exodus was just starting out. Death Angel, they were young kids. Metallica was just getting going. But I grew up on Kiss and Zeppelin, all those guys too, and Ted Nugent a little bit, and Sabbath, of course, and Dio. I'm watching right now, actually. So we kind of mix everything together, and we all kind of come from that background. We're all metalheads at heart, but we have a lot of different styles, and we all kind of listen to different things too. It all kind of blends together, I'm a blues guy too, so I like all kinds of music. I come from a musical family, so
that's awesome.
My dad was kind of the local Luciano Pavarotti around here. Excuse me. So he was kind of a big opera singer on the local scene. Years and decades ago. My mom played piano, so growing up musically, I got exposed to all that. Yeah, I started playing piano at age 5, and then I switched to drums during junior high. This is all through the 70s and 80s. And then, coming after going in, I think, high school, that's when I started playing bass because there were no bass players. So that's kind of, and it was after I seen the Iron Maiden Number the Beast tour. I was like 12 in the front row in Oakland.
And you saw probably Steve Harris.
Oh my God, yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah,
I think that was like one of their first major American tours, you know, with Scorpions.
Wow. Oh
So
man, and the Scorpions, that's such a big show.
Oh yeah. So we come from all that era of music, but we also like the new era, you know, the Lamb of God, Mastodon, and you know, Hatebreed, and you know, all those kind of bands too. So we mix it all together. You know, I don't think we sound like anybody, but you know, we try to keep it simple. You know, we're not flashy players, so we come from that just that rock and roll background, I guess. Best way to describe it, you know.
Oh yeah, dude. But you know what? I think a lot of times it's all about like the energy and the passion. You know, you could be really flashy, but if you got a lot of heart and you got a lot of energy live, you know, I think that's just as impressive.
Exactly, and that's what we kind of pride ourselves on. You know, just solid in your face. You know, we like to play heavy. We like to play fast. You know, so kind of a mix of everything. You know.
Yeah, dude. So, dude,
yeah, man.
So you guys are in the Bay Area scene, right?
Yeah.
So, have you guys played outside of the Bay Area? Have you guys gone out to like different states and played shows?
Yeah, so 2017 we went on a little mini tour with Destruction, Warbringer, and Jumbo, and did 9 dates with them. Kind of West Coast. We did really, we went up to Portland. We played in Seattle. We did Denver, Austin, Dallas, Albuquerque, Phoenix. And then the last show was sold out in LA, packed at the Regent Theater. That was
man, that's so epic, dude. I bet you were just like in wows when you played that show.
Oh, dude, you know, and I grew up on Destruction, man. I gotta tell you.
Oh, I love Destruction. I got a couple of their albums.
Yeah, you know, in the beginning in 1985, when their first Sense of Death EP came out. You know, I was 15, 16 years old looking at that thing. Who's this band from Germany? You know, so I totally got into them. And, you know, obviously the Inferno Overkill was huge. And, you know, and then they kind of went away. But then they kind of came back in like 2000. And they were pumping out albums. I swear to God, like, I don't even know, like 10 albums. Like almost every year, you know, Schmear was like putting something out, you know, once he got back in the band, he left or whatever. So anyway, so that's kind of the only tour we've done. We've done a couple stints down to LA. We played with McDross down there, Dr. No.
Nice.
And then we played down at Loaded in Hollywood with the Cliff 'Em All band, the early Metallica tribute, and that was 2017. And so those are kind of the only outside shows. And we played a lot in like Sacramento over the years. But we've mainly concentrated, you know, mainly in, you know, obviously Sonoma County, our area, and East Bay, South Bay, a little bit. Actually, not much in the South Bay, but mostly East Bay and San Francisco.
Good, yeah, that's great.
You know, touring's expensive, man. You gotta have the van. You know, we did a little fundraiser for that. We got all the funds kind of covered in terms of the RV and the gas, and we got some of our food covered actually. But it was a process, and you know, obviously we had a manager at the time, so we did pay to get onto that tour, which was a lot of money for each show. You know, we're nobody, you know, so they're like, hey, well, we gotta pay this, you know. But we had the money for it, we did it, and it was hell worth it, because man, I tell you, standing on that last show in LA, I was trying to get to this point, because I was standing upstage that last night of the tour, watching Destruction, and just it was sold out, and the place was packed, and just looking at my life, 40 years all summed up in that night. Just going, oh my God, this is if I die right now, I'm good. You know what I mean? This whole like bucket list, complete. I got to kind of know Schmear during that tour. He was a really cool guy, and it was just kind of mind blowing. It was so surreal that whole time. We're super grateful to be on there, but so that was kind of our only venture out of this area. So, but we mainly concentrated because there's a lot of bands in this area, man. There's a lot of really good bands around here. So.
Oh yeah, I couldn't imagine how competitive it is down there.
Yeah, and we all play around, and it's fun. Just we all hang out, we party, getting crazy, and and then we've actually been up north to like Redding area. We played a festival up there.
Yeah, Iron Mountain, right?
Iron Mountain Massacre, and we got to know some of the Honest Brutality guys at the radio station there. So it's been a process, and also we had to go through some of those drummers, and obviously with Rob too. I mean, even last year we had to limit our shows because some of the times he was gone, so we couldn't play. So okay, well, let's keep working on this.
Oh yeah.
Now we're ready to play, and we can't play.
No, I dig it, man. So we got about like a little under 10 minutes left. So why don't you tell me a little bit about American Nightmare? You were saying that like a lot of the album talks about like exactly what's going on in like society today. So tell me a little bit about the album and how you think it relates to what's going on right now.
Well, that's just it. The American dream is out. It's the American nightmare. You can't. Everything's gone to hell. Pandemics, school closing. Can't play music. Can't have fun. Can't go to the movies. No art. No museums. No. It's like Jesus Christ, really. So a lot of the frustration with that, a lot. So, Rosa, here's a perfect example. Rosa, about the Santa Rosa fires that happened. It was devastating for everybody. Everybody lost their lives, lost everything in a matter of seconds in the dark. Everyone's asleep, and oh my God, here comes the fire. Raging through town, and in a matter of seconds. So it's very devastating for this area. It affected everybody. Just environmentally, obviously with the smoke, but just the migration of people. People were displaced. They didn't have homes, so what do you know? Water sold out in the stores. Everything else. Everything's in demand now at the grocery store, so you got to stand in line for everything. So it's just our freedoms are taken away. Really, is what I'm trying to get to.
Yeah.
That American dream is gone. It really is. You're on your own. You got to figure it out. Whatever the fuck it is, you got to survive whatever's thrown at you. Regardless, as frustrating as it is, it's something we got to overcome, obviously. But so we're just voicing our frustrations about everything. How the government, deals with everything about it. Whether it's the fires and getting money to those people, and the medical supplies in this pandemic. It's like they got us, in the ball and chain. It's ridiculous. Our freedom, like I said, our freedoms are taken away right now. We don't have it. So it's very frustrating. And the hell, man?
Yeah. No, I dig it, dude, and I feel you on that. I mean, dude, I had my first kid in January 29th, and since the whole pandemic thing happened, my kid hasn't seen one person yet. Like we'll go to the doctor.
Oh yeah.
We'll go to the doctor, but I'm not taking my kid to no grocery stores. I'm not taking my kid to no restaurants. You know what I mean? Just because my immune system is stronger because I'm in my 30s, but a newborn baby, it's insane that I'm gonna tell my son when he's older that the first year of your life you were locked up.
Right. You're shut down. You gotta do what the government says right now. And that's not how I want to live my life. I know it's probably not how you want to live your life.
Yeah, but it's I know, it is a little insane though that the cases here.
Something as simple as this.
Yeah.
And you can't get it resolved. We didn't take care of it when we should have. Not whoever. I'm trying not to point fingers at anybody. It's obviously a worldwide problem too. This whole thing, and so it's just like, oh my God, what do you do?
Well, dude, I love your album, American Nightmare, dude. I want to thank you for sending that to me. And for all the listeners out there in Ashland, Oregon, we're talking to Eric from Hellbender, awesome band from California. So, hey, Eric, we only have 5 minutes left, so I'm going to get to the super fun segment of the interview. I'm going to ask you 5 questions, and you'll only have 30 seconds to answer each question. Are you ready?
Okay, Jesus. Shotgun. All right.
All right, dude. All right, dude. In a zombie apocalypse, if you could only have one weapon to kill the zombie horde, what is that weapon?
Oh, machine gun.
All right, dude. All right, next question. If you could sit in and play a set with any band in any time era, what band would that be?
Holy crap. It would have to be Sabbath, early Sabbath, 1970, 71, the very beginning.
Dude, that's awesome. All right, dude. If you could be any superhero or any supervillain, or a superhero or supervillain that best represents your personality, who would it be?
Oh, Thor.
Thor? Yeah. Yeah, dude. Thor's super strong, dude. Okay, since you're a metalhead, is there a band or artist that people wouldn't expect that you listen to?
Right. Well, yeah. I'm a huge Stevie Ray Vaughan fan and love Joe Bonamassa, and I'm a huge Joe Satriani fan.
I love it, dude. All right, Eric.
Guitar shredders.
Yeah, no, same here, dude.
And a huge Schenker fan. Michael Schenker.
Heck yeah, dude.
Yes.
Is there all right, for the last question, is there one food that you just think is absolutely repulsive, disgusting, you do not want it on your plate, get that away from you type?
Oh, seafood. Don't give me seafood. I don't want to smell it. My wife hates me for that. But yeah, I can't. It's something happened in my childhood. I just can't. I get a little nauseous sometimes. If it's really bad, seafood, not good.
Well, Eric, I want to thank you so much for being here on the Metal Mixtape. We're talking to Eric from Hellbender. Before I let you go, can you let all the fans out there and the billions and billions of listeners where they could find Hellbender?
Yeah, man. Hey, thanks, Omar. I really appreciate talking to you. It's really nice to meet you too. But you check out Hellbender on hellbender707.com. You can find our videos on YouTube. Look for Hellbender Rosa. Also Falling Down and Crossing the Line. Those are the 3. Mike Sloat directed those, so you can look at his videos too. But yeah, man, and we're on Facebook as well under Hellbender707 as well as I think Instagram as well.
Hey,
So,
last thing before
find us.
I was gonna say last thing before I let you go. So you're like in the Santa Rosa area?
Yeah, Petaluma, just south of Santa Rosa.
Have you ever been to a Mexican restaurant in Santa Rosa called Puerto Vallarta?